Good day, Rural Water. This is Michael Preston with another edition of National Rural Water Unfiltered. We're here in Tulsa, Oklahoma with a couple of circuit riders that we just pulled out of a training session across the hall here to have a little chat about what it's like to be a circuit rider in the rural water world. I've got Joe and Heath here, and I'm going to have them introduce themselves.
I'm Heath Copley. I'm a Circuit Rider Programs Manager for the Oregon Association of Water Utilities.
Joe Anstein, Missouri Water Association Circuit Rider.
Thanks for coming, guys.
Thank you.
I'm just going to have you around us. Yeah, of course. I just want to delve in a little bit into what it's like to be a circuit rider. I know it's kind of a stalwart program that National Rural Water has managed for years and administrated on behalf of USDA. And a lot of people have asked, what exactly is a circuit rider? What do you do? So the first question I have for you is, what are some of the services you two provide to the water systems that are members in your state, or even if they aren't members in your state, just water systems in general?
Whatever we can do to help. So a lot of the times we'll get a call that comes into the office, and it could be emergency response help, it could be help fixing a water line leak, anything from in the field work, also in the office work. We help, oh yeah, absolutely. We can help figure out rate structures, help with budgeting, really whatever is going to benefit that utility.
What do you, Joe?
That's right on. We've helped with rate studies all the way down to leak detection. Do quite a bit of leak detection in Missouri. The rate study again.
How about some of the hands-on help when it comes to administrative capacity, kind of not in the field? Are you helping them with the paperwork, maybe putting together a grant proposal, or helping them with customer service? Do you do stuff like that too?
Yeah, well, whatever they need, whether it's applying for a grant, even in our state we have a lot of required policies, procedures, site sampling plans, operations and maintenance manuals, a lot of written manuals that need to be written, so we can help get them templates, help them fill the templates out, even help do board council training if that's what's needed for that utility. So,
genuine jacks of all trade here. This is impressive. The second question I have is, how much would it cost a system to call you out and use your services?
Doesn't cost anything for us to respond to any emergency or any daily activity.
That's kind of the best part about what we do, is because we'll get asked that question by the utility, and frequently it's not right at the beginning. If something has happened, they need help now, we're going out there to help them. At the end, they're asking us, well, what's this going to run us? Well, it's not. This is a free service that we provide you. So
that is quite a competitive advantage that your state association brings to the table when it comes to servicing the water systems in your state. When you go on site to, say, a system that has an issue and they've called upon you guys for your service, how do you translate the information? Do you show them how to do the work? Do you stand over their shoulder? How does an interaction work when you get on site?
It can take a lot of different forms. Honestly, my ability to learn, the best way that I learn is actually by watching somebody do something. So I've never been very good at reading about how to do it in a book or learning how to do it in a classroom. So I try to implement that with a system. If I'm rebuilding a chemical feed pump, I'm probably going to rebuild the first chemical feed pump, and then I'm going to have the operator follow right behind me and do the same thing. Treatment plant adjustments, leak repairs, whatever we can do to help them learn. And in this industry, it seems to be the hands-on, or more the people more drawn to this industry.
Sure.
People that learn better hands-on. So.
It's a little different than sitting behind a computer all day or crunching numbers on Microsoft Excel. You're really getting down into the weeds here and making a tangible difference. Same for you?
I also am a hands-on person. I like to get in the ditch with them and show them how to get the clamp on and properly squeeze it down and tighten it down. Also in the office, like to sit down with clerks or the office professionals and show them how to get into the program and actually do the work, and then usually sit down beside them and let them go through the process also. And complete the
After you
project.
kind of go through that exercise with them, I mean, you kind of develop somewhat of a relationship, a rapport with them, and my guess is you ain't gonna be the last time you see these guys.
No, there's sometimes it takes 3 or 4 visits before you complete that.
Right.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of these operators, it's really about building a relationship that's going to last, especially if it's somebody new that's to the industry, that's hopefully going to be in the industry 20, 30, 40 years, that we can start that relationship early, and then even if they do move systems, they will have a new set of battles to have in that system, and we can be right there alongside them to help.
Gosh, that's so valuable. That's great. Do state agencies ever request help from circuit riders? In Oregon or in Missouri or in general?
Absolutely. Actually, it's very helpful to us when we get a call. And I've had a couple events recently where the state has gotten involved, and unfortunately, typically when the state gets involved, there's some regulatory issues. We're not regulatory, so we have a different ability to come into a system and provide assistance as long as the system wants assistance. And at least in our state, they know that, and they are willing to work with us with that and make that initial call and let us try to go in and help right the ship, essentially, in some cases, if that's the case, and help that utility get back on track. So.
How about Missouri?
Missouri also, just recently we had a request from the governor's office on a water issue that was involving in a little town in northern Missouri, and was able to go in and rectify the issue and get it taken care of. And that was through the governor's office, through our state primacy agency. And it all worked out and turned out to be fairly good and worked out good.
The state primacy agency kind of already had an inkling of an idea of who to turn to when an issue like this comes to the forefront. That's your reputation must precede yourself. That's great. What kind of emergency services do you guys provide in light of a disaster?
We respond to any emergency. It might be from a major disaster such as like the Joplin tornadoes, or as simple as a chemical feed pump going out and a system can't get one readily available. We carry them with us in our vehicles. So, we're ready and prepared to travel about anywhere in the state and the system as fast as we can.
Mm-hmm.
In Oregon, we don't tend to have a whole lot of, like we don't have the tornado issue, we do have flooding and stuff. So really we try to be flexible with whatever the disaster is. We had Oregon, unfortunately, but a lot of people in our area know in the news that we had our large city, our capital, actually had to go on a do not drink order here just last week. And so because our work is specifically with 10,000 population or less, my role in that was not specifically to work with the city of Salem, but I was contacted by the county emergency manager to work with all the small communities that utilize the same source water.
Gotcha.
So
Interesting. That's good little anecdote there. Well, real quick, last question. Give me your fondest memory of providing technical assistance on the ground.
Go ahead.
Well, one that sticks in my head, we have a lot of fun over the years. I've been doing this about 10 years, and one of the first big emergencies, and like I said, we don't have huge disasters in Oregon, but we have a lot of ones that affect one utility very greatly. And one that sticks in my head, the utility has about 400 connections, so about 1,000 population, so fairly small. But unfortunately, on Thanksgiving week, a big tree fell across their treatment plant and it eliminated the treatment plant. Me and a coworker were able to go in and assist the operator with, originally they're going to go to outside filtration and figure out a different way. And because it was Thanksgiving week, we couldn't get parts, we were able to piece the plant back together and at least get it operational. We lost some production, but we got people off boil water notice and back into drinking water. And that's been a fun event that's kind of stuck with me. So.
That's creative, and I hope you got home in time for some turkey.
I got a little trouble that week, but it's fine. I've got an excellent wife. I've got a very supportive wife, so that made this a lot easier to do.
I think we all do.
Yeah, we have to.
Be a circuit rider.
How about you, Joe?
One of the fondest memories was during the Joplin tornado. We was out doing recovery, and we was walking along this street, and I think we'd been there 3 or 4 days, and they were still looking for survivors. And they come up on this house, and there was some recovery people coming out, and they found this little old lady that was up in her 80s. And they were helping her out of the basement. She kind of looked around, and she said, "Sure is a mess out here." And of course, everything was destroyed around her. And that was one of my funniest, fondest memories of the area when we was doing that. But
Wow.
yeah, so.
Well, there you have it. Some unfiltered conversation with two of Rural Water's finest circuit riders. Follow them on the Water Pro community online, as well as all the other discussion forums and boards and advisories that are posted there frequently. And keep the community alive. That's another edition of Unfiltered. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.